Yes, I'm live. Grateful day. Welcome to episode 102 of the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with your host, Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. I empower entrepreneurs to uncover toxic environments and self-doubt. You know what? To just simply take decisive action, to lead boldly in identity, and to persevere, all anchored in faith. Now, today, everyone, I just want to begin by saying first, happy belated, blessed Thanksgiving. Yes. I pray that your holiday was just simply filled with unexpected joy, restoration, and reminders of how far you've actually come in this world today along your journeys as an entrepreneur, whomever you are, and what you're looking to just make amazing in your life, you know? So listen, this is a day that was like of gratitude and thankfulness. Some of you might have eaten too much of my cake that you bought. Trust, I did the same. Or you could have been doing TikToks with the family. I personally did that on Thanksgiving. But whatever it was, I hope that you were thankful and just grateful for all that you were able to first of all, just live life for the Thanksgiving Day holiday. All right. Now listen, since this is still the season for that, let's also just say a happy Black Friday by way of supporting like direct and small businesses. That was the important piece for all of that. All right. And then just like every blessing that you were just out there looking for and that you're still looking to receive with this type of season, I hope that you actually found it. All right. So listen, you guys, before we dive into today's topic and episode, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Faith Forward Fearlessly with Jenée Hudson. All right. You guys can share the episodes. You can just share and be a blessing to other people with the episodes. All right. I would really, really appreciate that. The information is actually going to be in the caption of today's episode, and it's also my bio, so you can go ahead and check out that podcast. All right. Time for the shirt. So today's shirt, again, I haven't gotten it turned around yet so y'all can see it forward. I'm going to make that happen very soon though. But today's shirt pretty much reads, "Don't judge what you don't understand. Mental health matters." Man, this shirt is simply a reminder that mental health matters for entrepreneurs or just those of us along our actual journeys, as it helps with fostering creativity, innovation, resilience, and effective decision making, you guys. And it just helps us to simply just keep thriving, right? Now, on the other hand, poor mental health can lead to like impaired judgment, reduced productivity, and ultimately failures throughout your business and your journey. And we don't need all that, right? Not at all. So this episode, it's a perfect transition into today's topic, and it's called Healing with a Mission. The journey from pain to power with our guest, Tracey Ilene, you guys. Yes, I can't wait to bring her on. But to start, allow me to share just really quick 2 eye-opening statistics. All right. I know that a lot of people are like, they love the statistics. So let me get 2 in. First, over 70% of people worldwide simply report like experiencing at least one major traumatic event in their lifetime. Man. And according to the World Mental Health Survey, that means that people you meet are actually walking around with invisible battles while trying to actually function like everything is fine. Man, unfortunately, I too have been there. So unfortunately, I was a part of that statistic. And then second is in 2024, you guys, a study on emotional resilience, 62% of respondents said that the greatest breakthrough in their healing journey came when they finally shared their actual stories. Man, and they shared them out loud. So that just, was proving that speaking truth is not just therapeutic, but it's also very transformational, which is very, very important. Man, so listen, today's episode is special, you guys, because we're sitting with a woman who doesn't just talk about healing. She walks it. She teaches it. She embodies it, right? And even most importantly, she builds with it. So her scars into strategy and her pain into power, you guys. She just really turns her wounds into wisdom, which is what I love about her. And she is here today. Yes. To pour into everyone who is ready to reclaim their actual voice and their strength and their wisdom. So today, you guys, I am so honored to introduce our esteemed guest, Tracey Ilene, you guys. But first, let me just give you a little, amazing information about her. Hold on, slow up. Let me tell you a little bit about how amazing she is, all right? So listen, Tracey Ilene is a global change maker, dedicated to helping others to heal, to connect, and to rise. A multi-award-winning entrepreneur, transformational speaker, and CEO of Heavenly Connects LLC and the Release Pain to Power LLC. She empowers women and communities through purpose-driven innovation. Yes, she is phenomenal already. She is named the Global Entrepreneur of the year 2025. Tracey Ilene has spoken on major stages worldwide, and she built the Heavenly Connects mobile app, you guys. That is priceless, all right? A digital sanctuary for preserving legacies, yes, and supporting grief recovery along with its companion, resource directory. That is phenomenal. Listen, through her Release Pain to Power coaching program and her Breakthrough Healing course ebook, wow, she guides women from trauma to transformation. Recognized with passion, purpose, Peace Award, and serving as a certified member on the UN Global Peace Council. Woo! She is amazing. Tracey continues to prove that healing can fuel global impact. Yes, that is so amazing. I love it. Please join me in welcoming the phenomenal Tracey Ilene. Yes, let me bring her in. Oh. Here she comes. Hello.
Wow.
Welcome to the Faith
Thank
Forward
you.
Fearlessly podcast. So happy to have you. Oh my God. So what's going on with you? You guys, doesn't she look so beautiful? Look at her. She's just smiling. Tracey, welcome to my podcast. Thank you for joining me. Please bless us with anything that you want to say of how people can get in touch with you, whatever you want to say. beyond what I've already said about you.
Okay.
Ah,
First, I would like to say your personality. I'm just watching and seeing through you because of your personality that you're giving to your audience, your knowledge that you're giving to your audience, your smile says it all, your
oh,
energy. It's just amazing, right? And I'm just like sitting here like, okay, get it, girl.
oh,
Then you flipped it. Wait a minute. Let me say this. You got me so excited.
oh,
First of all, happy holiday season. Hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. Sis, thank you for having me on your podcast.
yeah.
I am so proud of you. What episode is this again?
102.
Girl boss, girl power.
Thank you.
Yes, we're just showing love, 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 love.
Mm.
Okay, now I can breathe. You gave me that introduction was just all fire. That's all I'm gonna
Oh,
say. It was all fire.
but it was all about you. So that's a phenomenal.
Thank you, and it's all about us. Okay,
Yes.
thank you. So let's get at it. What we going? Where we going? Okay, let's talk about. Yes, I am Tracey Ilene, formerly Tracy Horn to Tracy Simpson to Tracey Ilene, and that's a whole nother story for another
Okay.
day. Legally, I'm Tracey Ilene, so
Hmm.
I have been transferring myself, forming myself, and reinventing myself. I just turned that big 6-0 in
All
October. You were there
right.
to celebrate. We we
Yes.
launched Release Pain to Power. We launched Heavenly Connects, Heavenly
Mm.
Resource, the companion app, October 11th. Prior to that, in April of this year, I went to India and I launched it there. I spoke on
Yeah.
that global stage. I met all these wonderful people, right? Just
Yeah.
now we're coming full circle with you. You and I have talked about potentially doing some traveling to India together. That's kind of like, we're gonna do that again, maybe, right, right, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you see that girl right there? That's
Yes.
Tracey
Fierce.
Ilene. That's Tracey Ilene. That's Tracey Ilene. So my trauma is 14 traumas, seriously, 14 traumas. And we just don't have enough time today for all of that. But
Yeah.
like you said, I coach women to release their pain caused by hardship and trauma. I am in the process of pivoting Release Pain to Power to pivot over
Mm.
to men as well,
Okay.
changing my target audience
Hmm.
because as I originally, when I launched Release Pain to Power, it was just Release Pain to Power for women. Well, now as being an entrepreneur, that you have to pivot at some point because I brought on Heavenly Connects and Heavenly Resources. So that's
Yes.
about the world, that's globally. So I have to send out a message for all because both products can ideally be used for
Yeah.
everyone, right? But I can be reached at first releasepaintopower.com,
Okay.
releasepaintopower.com, and Tracy at releasepaintopower.com, all on all socials for Release Pain to Power. Heavenly Connects, Heavenly Connects right now is web.heavenlyconnects.com, web.heavenlyconnects.com. Also, I am all socials as well for the mobile app. As you spoke on a few minutes ago, Heavenly Connects is a sacred mobile app. It allows you to upload and preserve your memories within the mobile app and then connect with others who are grieving and have trauma because of everything potentially that they've gone in their lives, and also preserving those memories, most importantly, right, with their
Yeah.
loved ones,
That's
uploading videos, right, photos, anything, their letters, and then also creating your own legacy. Okay,
yeah.
God forbid anything happen to you, but we all will have a legacy. You can start uploading everything about your lives. And then Heavenly Resources is a resourceful app for businesses such as funeral homes, cemeteries,
Mm.
life insurance agents, therapists, psychiatrists, the and anyone that has memorial products, right? So yeah.
Good. That sounds so good. And it's very important. I was just having a whole nother conversation about that earlier. But yes, love that. All right. Well, Tracy, to guide our discussion today, we have three, I like to call them gifts. So, giftful questions that I
Okay.
am so eager to continue exploring with you as our esteemed guest today. So, you ready to start?
I am ready to start, but let me say this too.
Okay.
Heavenly Connects, Heavenly Resources is currently on iOS, which is Apple, and Android, which is Google. So you can download the app and create you a pre profile. And
Mhm.
then after that, and you can create other profiles based on the subscription that you purchase.
Phenomenal. Love that. Love it, love it. And I do have someone, a helper who's in the chat. So
Ooh,
if you could just at least put her information of contact that you currently have, I would appreciate it. Thank you. All right. So let's get started with these questions, Tracy.
let's get started.
All right. So gift and question number one is Tracy. So you transformed deep personal grief into global purpose, right? So what was the moment that you realized your healing wasn't just for you, but part of a mission to like serve others throughout their journeys?
My moment was when I became a client of a life coach. I joined her program, Leverage Up Your Life, leverage Up Your Business. Of
Mm.
course, she had to pull it out of me, being stubborn. Oh no, I want to open up a retail store for shoes. She's like, yeah, right, Tracy. No, 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 no.
Oh.
And then she said, well, what about your life? What about what has gone on in your life? I've known her since she was a young girl. So
Mm.
that's when I started brainstorming and thinking, and she pulled it out of me to share all the traumas that I've experienced from childhood to today. So that was that
Mm.
pivotal moment for me.
That is wonderful. And then what was she called again? What's the business or?
Her name of her business, her name is Monique Magnagott, and
Mm-hmm.
she's all around the world, has spoken with Les Brown, right?
Okay.
And the name of her business is Leverage Up Your Life and Leverage Up Your Business. It is a online digital platform.
All
And
right.
I
That's
joined it. Yes,
Look,
yes.
I love to give like um kudos or props to people who have done the thing. You know what I mean? And the fact that you mentioned her, why not? So
Yes.
yes, love that. All right. That is fabulous. All right. Well, gift number two.
Okay, let's go.
Um,
Number two.
Your app, which you've spoken about briefly here in the beginning, Heavenly Connects, is transforming like how one preserves memories, like you mentioned, and navigates grief, right? So, what gap did you see in the like healing journey that inspired you to create digital tools for emotional restoration?
Wow. This app, I have to pay in honor of my sister Stacy. She was
Mm.
like my child. I was like her favorite sister. She was my favorite sister. And Stacy passed away unexpectedly,
Oh, I'm sorry.
October the 20th, the day before my birthday in 2017.
Mm.
And then her daughter, my niece, came to stay with me prior to it. And
Mm.
then in 2018, my niece came to me and said, Auntie, do you remember my mom's voice? Like, yeah, I remember your mom's voice. 2019, Stacy came to me in spirit. I would never forget it. I was at the foot of the bed, and I
Mm.
have a sanctuary, my Bible and things like that, that I read, my candle, everything. And Stacy came to me spirit and told me to create this mobile app. So the app is in memory of Stacy. Now just imagine any of your loved ones, you can hear their voice because you can upload their voice notes, their
Wow.
voice messages. How about
Mm.
keep their text messages? Store it all in this sacred app as opposed to on your device. Because when you're in your device, you're scrolling, then you
Mm.
stroll past it. And for me, I'm like, oh, no, don't want to see it, right? You have everything stored in a sacred space.
That is phenomenal. You know, that is genius. And that I love that because, even when my mother's husband passed and now she's a widow, my mom kept, and she still has, his phone. It's going on 5 years. She has his phone for those memories. So what a blessing it would be for her to be able to utilize this app so that she could release that it's just the phone aspect of it, but have everything in that one space. Like she kept it because she still just didn't want to part with it. To this day, she still has two phones, two phone bills, all of that.
And
Wow.
you said, wow, God rest her husband in
Yeah.
power and peace, and your mom in grieving, because all of us have grieved a loss of someone, right?
Hmm.
Also, in addition to that, you said some keywords about her having two phones, two phone bills, because people don't want to let go, and that's
Nope.
understood, right? They do not
Mhm.
want to let go, and it hasn't been. When he passed away, technology is not exactly where it is today, because we know every single day it changes, right?
Yeah.
Right, and then in her generation, it's the trust.
Mhm.
She's like, it's sacred to me. Do I want to share? Where do I want to put it? You could just put it in Heavenly Connects and
Yeah,
store it right there. And then she
that's
will have it for a lifetime, because people lose their phones. Some people have told me I accidentally deleted their
yeah,
voice note, their voice message. Well, their voice messages, now they're talking voice notes as well. And so they accidentally, right? So
yeah.
yeah, your
That is,
mother, yeah, your mom can use this, and people all the way around the world.
yeah,
This app will make a major impact. And the reason why I say make a major impact on the world, because there are other apps that's similar to Heavenly Connects and Heavenly Resources, but the difference is there isn't an app out there as of yet, because you can't patent.
yeah,
You just can't
yeah.
patent, right? Even though Heavenly Connects, Heavenly Resources, the logo, the slogan, and all of that is it's trademark and copywritten, right? I'm not
Mhm.
that millionaire, multimillionaire can chase down people copying. But
Right.
anyway, there are other apps that has
Not yet.
not yet, right? I'm going there. I'm not. Thank you putting that out there. I'm going there, right? But
Mhm.
with that being said, there's apps that you can store voicemail. When last I checked, some were active, some were not. So I'm really happy that I am stepping out there,
Well, I'm
being the
proud of
first
you for
to,
that.
yes, to innovate and go forward with what I have going on, to
Yeah, well,
share
I'm
it with
definitely going to
others.
share that with her, and as well as even myself, because I've kept some of my stepfathers that I love, his voice and all of that, and I have my father's on there. I have my mom's, even though thank God they're both still here on this earth. But I have, because they're special ones. Like one of them, my dad sung to me, and one of them, and he's 78, and you know what I mean. So I have those. I kept those in my voice. Like yeah, I kept those.
Right,
Hey,
right.
it is
And,
what it is.
it is what it is, and most have kept, right. And with
Yeah,
Heavenly Connects, you create your first profile for free.
that's
Then, when you want to create other profiles for your father, your stepmother, your
mm,
sister, your brother, whomever, then
yeah.
that's when the subscriptions start kicking in. And then there's an unlimited as well,
Okay.
because
Well, I'm
you
gonna
want to
get
have
those.
unlimited. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I love that. Okay. All right. All right. We are on to gift number three.
let's go.
So, gift number three is, you often say that you've built a GPS for healing, right? So, to assist like other entrepreneurs or just simply those along their independent journeys, what does that roadmap look like? And what are the most common like detours that people actually face that you found when trying to move from pain to power, including yourself?
Wow.
I know I have loaded questions,
And that's okay.
but
It, the detour is because we don't want to embarrass. We're embarrassed. We feel like we're a victim. Then we feel like we're a survivor. You don't want to burn bridges. You don't want to be that black sheep. You're scared. So many feelings and thoughts, right? Then you have to be mindful when you get to the point. I'm not that little Tracy anymore. I'm an open book. I am 60 years old. I don't have to live for others, because all of us have a story, but we just have a different journey. And this is my story, and this is my journey. And when you believe that, then you will know I'm on my way. But it's not easy getting there in that path, right? Some write in a journal. You write in journals. I did that, especially after my divorce, which is one of my traumas. Some people have daily affirmations. You also have your Bible, your religion, whatever your religion beliefs are. You dive into yourself, and when you're ready to love yourself more and empower yourself, whew, girl boss, girl power. Mm,
Yes.
yes,
I love that. That is wonderful. Yes, I've done many affirmations and my audience knows this as well. Very, very helpful. Very helpful
absolutely.
to do all these things. I love this. Thank you for that too.
You're
All right.
welcome.
Okay, so we are on to gift number 4. So, as a global entrepreneur and a certified member of the UN Global Peace Council, how do you like balance that innovation, purpose, and like faith while leading communities through grief and transformation?
That's an outstanding question. In my mindset, with Release Pain to Power, Heavenly Connects, well, Release Pain to Power ideally was women, right?
Mhm.
Then you have Heavenly Connects, that's globally. I joined 2 successful organizations. I was nominated and I stepped out and joined in, came on board February 2025,
Mm.
Black Door Society. That is a business side organization that's similar to a sorority, but it's the business side of the sorority. You
Mm.
meet incredible women and you share your resources, just like you and I spoke the other day about sharing your resources. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter who get to the top of we're all rising, right? It doesn't matter if that ladder go up. But Dr. Teresa Mosley is one of my sisters. She invited myself and the other women in the group. All the sisters had an opportunity. Sometimes you can support others in different ways. Everyone can't do everything. And so as you grow in your business, you're being cautious, right? On what you can afford and not afford and what's in your budget and all that. Well, Dr. Teresa put that out there through our group. I decided to go to India. I flew
Mm.
on April
That's
the
one.
1st, 2025, to India by myself. My
That's
family was not like, my dad, my sons, immediately they, what's wrong with her? Excuse me. Of course, they didn't see the vision, right?
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
saw the vision. I walked on faith. I didn't walk in fear,
No, that's right.
right? God led me, but
Mm.
God, right? So when I get to India, I have an opportunity. Guess what? To get on that stage and speak about Release Pain to Power and Heavenly Connects,
Wow.
Heavenly Resources, the apps and the life coaching, and sit on panels with different men and women from all around the world. Botswana, Africa, Botswana, Africa. Girl, these braces, okay?
Oh, it's
Anyway,
okay.
London, I mean, just all over the world, right? India,
Mhm.
some Puerto Rico, from the United States, some was from Asia, you all over Europe. And when you are God led, you integrate yourself through others who are
Mhm.
doing what you're trying to do and what you're feeling. Now I have family and friends that be friends or associates or business partners collaborating with all of them. And I
Wow.
call them ultimately my global family around the world. And now I'm going to go back. But that opportunity was a lifetime because ideally I could have said, no, I'm going to
Mhm.
stay right here in the US. But I
Mhm.
stepped out and I took my LLCs right to another country. And they really appreciated and they showed us love. They gave us flowers. They gave us our certificates because after speaking and being part of something that's so powerful, connecting the United States globally to India, going to the temples, going to the
Mhm.
Taj Mahal. going to the Taj Mahal. This little black girl from Detroit. How about this poor little black girl from Detroit?
Wow.
Yeah,
Mm.
that was
What
my
a
journey.
Such a blessing. I love that. Oh, just the fact that you're able to support others, through this journey and with this question that I just asked, that is such a blessing. And you're supporting people also that you don't even know that you're supporting. That's what I like about
Right.
it all. You never know.
And here's the thing, as I spoke earlier about my target audience, women, men, while I was in India,
Mm,
I was building these relationships with these beautiful babies that different shades it looked like, from brown to black babies that look like us with that pretty chocolate wavy hair, and watching them in school, like they don't have drywall. They're open
mm.
windows. I literally slept in a hut.
Wow.
I gave a little girl my pair of earrings. Then what caught my attention, I have hazel eyes. This little beautiful chocolate baby had hazel eyes. We
Wow.
purchased some of their artwork. I can go on and on with that experience, eating fresh Indian food every single day.
That was a blessing. I'm sure it was a
Yes.
blessing to see, to witness, as well as to be there, you as the blessing. Wow. I love
Just
that.
thank you. Just pinching yourself along the way, because this little sassy little girl that loved to have her hair coordinated, her shoes coordinated. No, I
Listen.
ended up covering up for the culture out of respect.
Oh,
So
wow.
being adaptable, right?
Yes, for sure. I love it. Thank you for that.
Yes.
Love it. All right. Well, last but not least is gift number 5. So, your coaching program, Release Pain to Power, it helps women to rise above trauma, abandonment, and emotional wounds, right? So, what patterns or barriers do you see most often in women who just like feel called to rise but feel stuck, as well as like give us a tip to help them to just move to the next level?
Loving yourself, as I spoke earlier. I mean, one of my traumas right now, I'm congested. Since I had that COVID vaccine, getting that
Mm,
vaccination, it changed my whole DNA.
mm,
So those challenges that you face emotionally, mentally, physically, I had
mm,
back surgery in 2017. The
mm.
divorce, children growing up. I wasn't a single mother, but you have single moms out there. We're super women. There's super
Mm,
dads out there, right?
yeah.
So how you knowing when you're ready to pivot and believing in yourself, right?
Mm,
Because after divorce, my divorce, I was homeless in a sense
wow.
because my husband then had the house. I decided to leave. He wanted the divorce.
Mm,
I was unemployed. It was during the recession. I went back to college to get my degree. I went to my resources, my besties in
mm,
California, Chicago. They helped me heal. I went from
mm,
house to house, 6 weeks, 6 months. Left there from California, went to Chicago. My bestie took care of me for 6 months.
wow.
Left there, came home to my sister. She took care of me because you remember I took care of her as a little girl, right? We
Mhm.
started taking care of each other. I was sleeping on the floor because things were in storage. We had a flood in the apartment we were in. We got kicked out of the house, the first house I went to stay with
Wow.
her because
Mm,
the landlord passed away and the girl just spinned us. So we were being spun. The long story short of that, you see how you continue. I was continuously facing all those challenges, but I was resilient. I
yeah.
was unstoppable. And when you know you unstoppable,
Mm,
and not only being
mm.
this girl boss, being girl power, and when you're a woman, you're a mother, when you've been with someone from age 19 to 45,
Wow.
then during COVID, went back and got my MBA.
That's a blessing.
It's not about me. I'm paying
Right.
it forward to my two young men, now coming on to be a grandma in February. The
Wow.
point in my story is no different than the next woman, the young girl. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to pay it forward and help them pace themselves. And when you go on Release Pain to Power, I have 10 questions that they can fill out to see if I'm a fit for them and they're fit for me. Because this Release Pain to Power is not based on a medical perspective, it's based on my life journey.
So good. Now, how do they get to Pain to Power if they want to fill that out?
They go to releasepaintopower.com.
Okay.
And then they could feel they'll read my bio, they'll see who Tracey is, right? They could
Mm-hmm.
build that trust and relationship. They see pictures that look like them. They see some diversity. There's some women that don't look like them.
Mm-hmm.
Then they will go, there'll be a link. They click on the link and the 10 questions they answer, it goes right to me. Then I reach out to them. We build that relationship, that rapport, get on my calendar if we choose, and we go from there. And then it's confidential. So it's baby steps.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Yes,
so helpful.
yes.
Dang, you guys now I know there's some people who are gonna watch this and they're gonna feel your heart and your spirit and things like that. And I can attest you guys, she's trustworthy. So by all means, reach out. I love this. Tracy, oh my gosh. I am so very grateful to have you on my podcast. If there's anything else that you would like to share today, it could be a uplifting word. I know you just blessed them by telling them where to go to actually contact you directly. So that was amazing. But if there's a motivational word, anything else about yourself, by all means, this would be the time to do it.
Peace, love, and happiness in the environment that we're living in right now.
Mm,
There's a lot of things going on. I went out on Friday for the first time in almost a month. No
mm,
television, no social media. Release some of that.
right.
Everyone was stressing. This is a time to connect with your family. This is a time to potentially move in with family. Remember growing up, everybody lived with everybody,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yesterday, we divided all our food up as family. I went out and delivered food today to others. You pay it forward. That's the personal side. Real quick, the business side. When you're starting a business, you have to determine first, is it going to be a hobby or is this going to be a business? Everything really is a hobby because then you determine what your gifts are. Then you go into that business side. Okay, what type of business? What type of product? Then you get your permit in the state that you live in. Then are you going to be an LLC? You're going to be a corporation, incorporation. Then
Mm-hmm.
also you hire people that you could trust. Okay, now you know some things can happen, non-disclosures and all that, protecting your intellectual product, getting an attorney to copyright, um, copyright and trademark, or you do it on your own. You
Yeah.
created all your social media platforms, your username, your passwords, right? Get your Gmail, protect all that so before somebody else take it. Because guess what? We're all doing the same right now because of technology. Everyone has a digital something, and you're
Yes.
working two and three jobs, right?
Mhm.
Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Look what you're doing. Look what I'm doing. Go on different people websites or excuse me platforms and follow them. Emulate what they're doing.
Yeah.
Some good, bad, right, and wrong. But you determine from there.
Wow. Yes. That such very helpful. Very helpful. You guys, you heard it here. So trust the process and do
Yes.
all of these things. It's only going to help you. So that way you don't stay stuck in things.
Yeah,
So
because all of us have been stuck, right? We have
yes.
because we're used to how we were raised. We go to college, we get a job, or we get married, depending on your generation. You had a white picket fix, fence, excuse me, marriage, all of
Mhm.
that. You had babies, however, whatever generation you come from. But
Mhm.
now we can have it all with digital. Everything is digital, and you can work corporate America. You can do both. You can have it all.
Yes. Yes. And then more importantly, like she said earlier, audience, love yourself. that that is very important. You gotta love yourself. You gotta start there at least. you
You,
know?
you you
So
have no choice, because if you don't love
yes.
yourself, nobody else, and then they're gonna feel your energy, and then you're gonna
Mhm.
make take advantage of it potentially.
Yeah,
That
for
you have to
sure.
avoid that as well. But with that being said, thank you so much for having me
Of
on this.
course.
This is awesome. I really appreciate it. I'm so proud of you as well. I emulate you. I admire you. You're my
Thank
sister.
you.
And yes, you can go to releasepainthepower.com. You can
Mm.
go to web.heavenlyconnects.com and also find out more about Release Pain the Power and Heavenly Connects and Heavenly Resources.
Yes, love that. And if you guys can't find her, you reach out to the uplifter me, Jenée Hudson, and I got you. I'll help you get in contact with her.
Yeah, because you have multiple streams of income, and that's what
Yeah.
it's all about.
Hey, these days you got to have that. Along with, let me tell y'all, I even have 401. You know how you had the 401ks when you're in the 9 to 5? Well, it's not a 401k anymore. That's actually in an IRA, still going and building money. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing to do. But I created even my own. I also just have my own for when I'm going to retire type of thing. So I started that outside of the job, outside of the 9 to 5. Yes, I'm grateful to have had that, but it's important to have that outside of it as well. So
Can I
very,
piggyback on that? You're right,
yes.
outside of the workplace, because you
Mm.
have to have a plan A, B, and C.
Hmm.
Also, life insurance. When you're working
Yeah,
for corporate America, you're on the company's
that's
life
right.
insurance plan. That's why you
You
get a
are.
major discount. You always have to have your personal life insurance. You also have to potentially carry your children until they become adults. Then you want to show them the importance of having life insurance. You don't want to rely on GoFundMe.
Mm-mm. No. Again, I am grateful for everything, but it is important for you to look out for yourself as well as others,
Yes.
family, whatever. It's important. So yes, I totally agree with that too. You got to have more than just what you have at your job, because that can go away and that won't be yours anymore anyways. So why would you put yourself in that situation or the people that you love, you know?
And guess what? Mine went away last year, June of 2024, working for a major corporation. It was my
Mm,
dream company to get in, and it took me 10 years and 49 positions that I applied for. But
mm.
this girl still had her own life insurance.
That's right.
Hmm.
I'm glad. I'm glad you did. I know you are happy too. Yes. Well, thank you so much for just blessing my podcast, Tracy. I really appreciate you. And it was right after the holiday. Here we are, getting ready to be in another major holiday. But man, I appreciate you being on my platform. Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much for
having me.
sharing the wealth
You're welcome.
of the
And I will hang
knowledge.
out with you. You're welcome. I'll hang out because I want to hear what you have to say, because I'm learning
Okay.
from you too, sis.
Love it. All right. Well, you'll have to drop off and come right back on, but please
That's what
do.
I
I
will
got a
do.
few more gems to give. I appreciate you. Thank
You
you.
see my son on there? Ah,
Oh,
that's my
hey, son.
son.
No. Love it. Come back on and keep joining. I got a few more things to say
All
real
right.
shortly. Bye.
Bye.
All right. How wonderful was she? Oh my gosh. Let's remember to follow and put to action Tracey Ilene's wise suggestions. All right. But also, here are three of my own short, giftful gifts that I like to give and actionable steps. You know, I'm all about that action on the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast. All right. So, gift number one from me is titled Courage to Face Your Pain. What do I mean by that? Well, one of the most powerful things that Tracy even taught us is that healing begins the moment that truth is spoken, right? So many people feel wrapped up not by like pain itself, but by the silence around it. When we finally give like ourself permission to say, this happened, that's when it all starts. Let me tell you. This hurt me. This shaped me. you step into emotional liberation by just doing that for yourself. All right. So, like, honesty interrupts shame. Know that. And transparency, it restores your internal power. And truth telling reconnects you with your identity beyond the wound. Man, how powerful is that, right? So, of course, here are two actionable steps to assist you in this area. So, the first one is you could simply create a safe person list. That's what I call it, right? Where you'll choose two or three trusted people who can like hold space for your truth without judgment. You guys, doing this really, really helped me. So this way you never have to like face that heavy exposure all by yourself. All right. And then secondly is another resource and platform, and it's called the Narrative Project, which offers a guided personal story building exercise, you guys, to help people just simply reshape like painful memories into empowering narratives. That is a priceless one to do as well. And then gift number two, that is titled Purpose Begins Where You Once Hid. Man. So even in like Tracy's mission, it didn't begin with perfection, as you could hear, where her explanation and things like that. It began in like the remains of what she survived, right? So many times the very area like where you suffered, it becomes the area where you actually serve, as you could hear in her, testimony earlier, right? So, like, your deepest wound often reveals your deepest assignment. Remember, she talked about, oh, I wanted to start a shoe store, and someone pulled it out of her to just do what was really meaningful and more just like within her personal to help others and to turn that pain into power, which is what she's doing today for herself, right? So, your deepest wounds, you guys, it often reveals that like deepest assignment, whether it was like heartbreak, abandonment, loss, betrayal. I'm going through that right now, unfortunately, with the business partner. Family trauma, your identity struggles, even, or like purpose, like how it grows in places where you try to like break through, right? We're always trying to break through those certain areas. I even speak about and teach on that toxicity and toxic environments and things like that. We need to get past all of that, right? But when you understand like the why behind all of the pain, you stop fighting your actual past. Take it from me, you guys, and you start partnering it with what you need to do now to level up even for yourself, which is very, very important. All right. And of course, in this area, to help you with this, I've got three actionable steps for this too. So the first one is an app called Intellect, all right, which includes purpose mapping exercises that just simply examine how your strengths, your pain points, and your personality points will actually help you with like life investments to help just like intersect and what can I call it? Just to simply reveal your actual mission, which is very important. All right. And then, secondly, there are other apps like it's called the Purposeful app. All right. Well, you will find and you'll explore your behavioral patterns and life values that uncover your actual mission, which is very, very important. And then finally, for this particular area, and for a deeper clarity, which many of us all need, I know I always need that clarity aspect, right? Consider the life themes analysis. You guys, this resource is phenomenal. And this is where you'll actually highlight reoccurring like topics in your journals, conversations, and your frustrations, believe it or not. Because, purpose often just shows up in areas that we repeatedly, they just keep returning, right? And we keep repeating that cycle, right? Even unintentionally. And we don't want that to keep happening. So we want to help us ourselves in this area. All right. And then last but not least is gift number 3. Mm. So gift number 3 is titled Healing is a Lifestyle. What do I mean by that? Well, many of us, we are living examples of what it looks like to heal forward. Not once, not occasionally, but consistently, right? So, healing is not direct, not at all. It's not a moment, because I've been through many different places where I had to heal, right? It's a milestone. That's what I had to learn, right? Or a one-time breakthrough. All right. So it's none of those things. It's a lifestyle. That's exactly what healing is, a lifestyle that we're going to keep going with and just exploring and creating for ourselves and others that we meet along our journeys and things like that, right? It's a daily alignment. That's what it is. It's checking in with your emotions. It's building boundaries. It's also choosing peace, you guys, to gain and to do it again and again. Who don't want peace? I know I need it, right? Even in the old pain that you might be feeling, that just tries to like break back through and come back up in your life, you guys. When healing becomes an actual habit, transformation becomes your identity. Let me tell you, first and foremost, you heard it right here because I've lived some stuff, right? Just as I'm sure all of you have. And it doesn't become just your outcome, it becomes your journey of where you want to be and you should be. You get to want to and love to be in the future. All right. So keep that in mind. Now, of course, in this area, yes, I have 2 actionable steps to help you with this journey as well. And the first one is a transformative resource, you guys, that I like to use. It's called Flowly. All right. Which is a biofeedback app that uses calming visuals and breathing exercises. You guys, let me tell you something. Breathing exercises, they help so much. Sometimes I might revert to unfortunate anxiety with different things because I'm trying to maintain these 3 businesses that I have, or things come at me with a business partner who unfortunately just stole, I'm about to tell y'all, $30,000 from me. This was 3 weeks ago, you guys. Yes, it happened. So it happens to the best of us. And I have the utmost integrity for myself as well as those that are in my circle and things like that. But unfortunately, this happened from a person that I knew for 10 years, by the way. But having this app Flowly, you guys, has really, really helped to just help me, one, keep my sanity and to keep going because I can't let that keep me stuck. Am I bummed about it? Heck yeah. Who would not be very upset right now and want to go after the person who took $30,000 that you earned on your own? You know what I mean? But you gotta stay in the moment. Like Tracey said earlier, love yourself and know that you are worthy to get beyond these type of things that come at you. You know what I mean? So Flowly, very, very helpful. All right. And then lastly, and the second one for this one Another tool to consider is called Boundary Builder Grid. All right. Where you outline what behaviors you will no longer tolerate, you guys. You don't have to tolerate things, all right? For yourself, for others, and along like with that, with like clear responses of how you respond even to things like that against the storms or throughout the challenges and stuff like that. You'll use this when boundaries are tested. And this app is going to help you with that. All right? Yes. Well, guess what? That concludes my three gifts for you today and the amazing input that we received from our phenomenal guest today, Tracey Ilene, from today's 102 episodes. Yes. All right. But remember, you got to remember that healing is not a weakness, not at all. Don't even feel like that. It is a just like warfare, you guys. It is intentional, sacred, and a mission. All right. That's what it is. Our guest Tracey taught us, you guys, today that pain is never ending, right? It's the entry point to purpose, pretty much. All right. So you are not defined by like what broke you. I know I'm not, and nor are you. You are not defined by how you have to rebuild. You are defined by simply who you become, you guys, after the storm. Keep that in mind, all right? You are stepping into a season, you guys, where your healing will fuel your purpose. If you simply just trust yourself, trust the process, and stay in faith, all right? And listen, you will unlock that freedom for yourself that you deserve, and your faith will carry you into rooms, let me tell you, where the pain once disqualified you from the start. Remember that. So, as always, you are so very much appreciated. I am so glad to see you all on here or going back to watch this and sharing my podcast information, you guys. 102. Go back and watch all the others. All right. There are some gems in there and there are some blessings for you guys to even go to the YouTube page, like I stated earlier, and get those gems, share them with others, and watch how God blesses you by simply blessing others, even with the knowledge that I'm giving you today and throughout the podcast. All right. It's called the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast by Jenée Hudson. It's on YouTube. Go subscribe, please, and share the blessings. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to this 102. Yes! This episode's so phenomenal. So also proud of myself. You guys be proud of yourselves along your journey, all right? Show yourself some grace. Do that for yourself, if nobody else, all right? Until next time, you guys, thank you. And of course, keep the faith and have many blessed days on purpose. Yes, be prosperous on purpose. Later.